Camera rolling and action.
Today in the studio we have Robert Noble, the founder of K.P.A.D, Kingdom Property Acquisition and Development, a company that started here on Chicago's West Side 4 years ago. I've known Robert for the past 3 years and have grown to respect him in many ways. I'm excited to have him introduce what he is currently working on and how his vision can change the housing market across the country. Bob, welcome and thanks for coming today.
Well, thank you for having me and taking the opportunity for allowing me to share what we're pioneering.
Robert, what led you to start K.P.A.D and purchase apartment buildings here on Chicago's West Side?
So me and my wife live on the west side of Chicago. We love the neighborhood, and a few years ago just had a real passion for construction, probably probably at least a decade ago, as well as landscaping. And so I wanted to be able to move in those realms, and we ended up in 2015 starting a company called K.P.A.D, and ended up within the first 12 months buying several properties. But we didn't go through the traditional approach. We went after investors. And so we knew that we could offer investors a really good return instead of being tied to a mortgage. And so then that led us into rehabbing ourselves, trying to keep the costs really low. One thing led to another, and just really started to think about what does it look like to pioneer some housing within this field.
And today you're launching a new series or a new branch of your business.
Yes, that's why we're here, yes. So I got approached by HUD, Housing and Urban Development, and I was really intrigued by their innovative questions that they're asking in regards to housing and moving things forward. What does that look like? So I presented my case to them in regards to, while we're here today, a home that can actually be assembled in sections, in a kit. And so they were really intrigued by that. Wanted to know more, and so just begin to share with them the prototype and the reason behind all of that. And so I begin to share that everything that we get today comes in kits for the most part, boxes shipped to your house, whatever location that is. And I've had a lot of experience in the last few weeks in particular, putting together furniture that comes in kits. Bunk beds, bookshelves, desks, dressers, you name it. And I've seen a lot of, compilation of a bunch of boxes and figuring this out. This piece goes with that. Big manuals as well as just kind of a one sheet kind of thrown together. And I had to try to figure out if I was missing any pieces, figure out my steps to put this together. And so I want to be able to combine those two and to be able to move things forward in the housing realm. I think the market is really cutting edge and looking for stuff like this.
Is this a brand new idea?
It is not, actually. Many people don't know this, but over 100 years ago, there's two major home companies that kind of pioneered this back then. Sears had a catalog, and you could buy pretty much anything from it. It included their model home lineup. And then Aladdin had what they call Aladdin kit homes. And both of these companies already pre-cut wood. They had everything that you would need, including the blueprints, shipped to location via the train car. And then contractors there would actually read the instructions and build it. And so it's not a new concept, but I want to be able to take it to another level. I want to be able to combine all your electrical, your plumbing, windows, insulation, all in one wall section or a ceiling section, floor section, whatever, and to be able to then send those sections to the consumer.
Mm-hmm. So you're rolling out a tiny home kit that can be assembled and shipped with all the normal things that you would find in a regular home.
Absolutely. Yep. So just take what you have in your own home, your bathroom, the whole works, the queen size bed, and everything would be shipped.
Who would you market this to?
I think the market is really ripe for this. I think there are many possibilities of consumers. First off, I think there's 6 that come to mind. I think there's potentially more. One, retirees. They don't want to be stuck. They want to travel and visit all the national parks, whatever, go visit their grandchildren and not be a burden to them. So this would allow them to actually have a home built on a trailer that they could just tow behind them, and we'd be off the grid. So we wouldn't have to be moving a fifth wheeler from one RV camp to another because you're tied to electricity, you're tied to water. So the concept here is that it would be completely off grid, and so using rainwater and so forth. Millennials really don't want to be tied down. They don't like necessarily the idea of renting, but they want to be able to chase the job market in whatever city that they want to go check out. And so then this would allow them to be able to tow their own home and go look at potential job market. We talk about families who say, hey, you know what's time? We want to be able to have a guest home. We don't want construction on our property. It's just a big mess and having to work with contractors. So I think that would open that up as well. Even years ago, it's a little bit less than now. I think the market might still be good for it. But the whole fracking industry, where you have overnight companies coming in and they realize that there's oil that needs to be pulled out of the surface, and so tons of men would be flocking to an area with no infrastructure at all, no roads, no electricity, no hotels. Where do these men stay at? And so we can offer off-grid locations, houses for them.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely more potential possibilities. I was thinking teachers. Teachers have the summer off. So why not go, hey, let's go travel down to Florida. Let's go here. Let's go there for a month. And not have all those hotel bills. Weekend getawayers, I like to call them. They like to get away for 3 days here, 4 days here throughout the year. Hey, let's go take a look at this town. Let's go see this city. But yet they don't want to pay the hotel bills. Yeah. And so this would allow complete freedom to be able to say, hey, let's just put on the trailer and let's just run.
And today, are you seeking investors for this project?
I am. That is why we are here, yes. And so, again, not everything has been worked out. It's been a long process, 6 years, I think, in coming. But here we are here because, because HUD is really encouraging, innovating with their housing. But we are looking for investors to help roll off the prototype model. That would be, yes, it would be off-grid. It would be ran by solar power, wind turbines. You've got the water bladders inside the base of the trailer, water purification system, fridge, shower. I mean, everything, closets, everything would be included in this. And so we are looking for investors to be able to sow into the next phase of future home building.
Yeah. How long has it taken you to get to this point?
I would say 6 years. Seems like a long time in coming, but there has been a lot of mapping out, blueprinting, building some designs, taking a look at what's already on the market, figuring out, okay, these materials aren't going to hold up to these conditions. This wasn't the best design. Let's tear it down. Let's try to figure it out. So it has taken a few years to get to the point where we are in the process of building the prototype. But it's been a well worth an exciting journey.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited about this prospect, and hope a lot of people are when they watch this video. How things are changing. Thank you for your time, and please keep me posted as to the prototype developments. And again, if people are interested in investing on your website, it is
Kingdom Property. KingdomPads PADS.com. KingdomPads.com.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap.
Beautiful.